A lot of times we don't really know how to deal with betrayal. And we think that betrayal happened because only solely other people were involved and they just want the worst for you, whatnot. And sometimes that is the case. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that are in this world that cannot wait to see you fail and pray for your downfall. And it's always the people closest to you a lot of times. And a lot of times they will be people that will try to drag you down with them because they have certain things about them where they understand that they have no value, they bring nothing to the table, and the idea of seeing you reach a certain level of success that's beyond them is incomprehensible to them. And I used to think that, betrayal would happen to me, which would happen to me a lot, but I used to think worst about the whole situation. I used to think that betrayal wouldn't necessarily mean that I'm doing something wrong. And to the extent, yes, because I think that when you are betrayed and when you are dealt with treachery in your life, it allows you the opportunity to reflect and be more aware of who you are, reflection, and understand how not to suffer those same betrayals again by other people. If you're someone who brings value into other people's lives. But the moment something happens where your car is broken, you get into an accident, and you no longer are providing things that are going to be satisfying to other people, and you're someone that puts others before yourself because you want to come off as selfish, that's when you really when you truly see who's on your side and who wants the best for you. If one of my friends, this is like common sense, but if I see it's one of my friend's birthday and I know that they did something for me the previous year for my birthday, I'm definitely gonna bless them because that's just the type of person I am. Because I don't believe in one-sided relationships in any realm of my life. If I see people that are my friends that connect me with someone that wants a videographer or a potential photographer as well, I'm going to be there and I'm going to appreciate that person. And in exchange, I'm going to provide some type of opportunities back and remember who was there when I was still on the come up. And those same people are people that I still talk to this day. But I noticed that there's a lot of people who are leeches that are just only in your life to benefit themselves because they know the value that you bring into them. But it's important, and I talked about this in a previous video about self-love, and self-love in a way has you self-love requires a little bit of selfishness because there's a lot of people in this world that are just not worth the effort. They're not worth the time and energy and stress because they don't offer anything back in return for you. And they'll be the same people that'll be calling you broke, saying you're worthless, saying you're a horrible friend when you all you've done has been consistent, shown effort, been there for them during their down lowest low. And but where were they when you were in your lowest low? Completely silent and absent, not offering any type of support, guidance, wisdom. But betrayal again is a very, very big step in the human endeavor. Heartbreak, betrayal, treachery, it's all part of the same hero's journey circle that requires you to understand who truly is wanting the best for you. And I've talked to people in the past who've told me this person, stopped talking to me because they think that they have the best intentions for me, but they actually are just being selfish and they don't want to see things from your perspective and things on your side. Leave them alone. Because at the end of the day, your value is shown. And they might be, not talking to you anymore, but deep down they know, dang, I lost something. And now their life is all chaos because they don't have you in your life. Take that time to, well, the time I could have been putting that effort into someone else, let me just put that onto myself. Allow myself to be in a state of peace and happiness because not everyone is worth that. Unconditional love doesn't exist at all. Everything has conditions to a certain extent. And I think that a lot of people just don't know how to say no. A lot of people are afraid to be alone. A lot of people live life with a sense of fear, not understanding what they need to do. And a lot of times, sometimes life happens where things will occur out of nowhere. And you're going to be left confused as like why, and you're going to feel frustrated. But understand that happened for a reason. And it was only a matter of time. It's better to just rip the band-aid off immediately than to let it rip off slowly, inch by inch, wasting time and wasting so much years, months of pain just to get the same end result regardless. Because people's true colors only happen and are shown when you are in a state where you're putting yourself first. So understand, betrayal happens for a reason. And that reason is for you to reflect and understand your value is a lot more important than you realize. Never let anyone tell you or make you think any different. If you're watching this, you know exactly what your value is into this world. You know exactly what it is. Don't let anyone waste it. Don't let anyone try to manipulate you into thinking that you made a mistake or that you should have, done things a certain way. No, because they're out for their own selfish motivations, their own selfish desires. Let them rot. Let them rot. That's all I gotta say about that.